Next up, almost assuredly, is going to be Michigan's Adam Fantilli. Is there any way that he is not the number 2 pick?
I think the only way that happens is if there's a team that gets the second pick and they are so locked and convinced that Matvei Michkov is the next best player, and they don't care at all about the risk and they don't need a player right away. That's the only way I could see Adam Fantilli not getting picked in that slot. I think the reason that we project Adam Fantilli favorably and comfortably at number 2 is because of the risk factors that exist with Michkov. It would be a much closer and tighter discussion without that. But I think that the reason that Adam Fantilli is going to probably go second overall, is the most likely to go second overall. He has the size, he has the speed, he has the ability to produce, but on top of that, he is mean. He plays the game with snarl. He plays physically. He does take care of his own end. He still needs to. There's definitely improvement that needs to be done away from the puck. The other benefit is you have options with Adam Fantilli. You can yes, he just won the Hobey Baker. He had one of the best freshman seasons ever in college hockey. Despite that fact, he didn't have one of the best seasons ever in college hockey. He can still do that next year if you want him to. If you're an organization, and let's just say the Blackhawks, for example, Blackhawks are a long way away. Does it make sense to force a guy into that situation right away if you don't have to? Buffalo didn't do that with Owen Power. Same situation, and Adam Fantilli has followed the almost exact same blueprint as Owen Power, and now you have options. That actually increases. I think that increases a player's value when you know there are other ways that you can use that player. I mean, you could technically put him in the AHL if you wanted to, and maybe a team would want to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's actually a lot that can be gained from that, especially for a player of Fantilli's caliber. But you also have the opportunity to sign a player that I think is very close to NHL ready. So that's the other benefit. So having those options available to you increases the value. But he checks so many of the boxes of a guy that could be a potential future, a number 1 center because of the speed, the physicality, the ability to score. I think the one thing that kind of shifts him, away, like the main separating factor between him and Michkov, because he's bigger and he's faster and he's stronger than Michkov. But Michkov thinks the game at a level that is like genius kind of in terms of offensive potential. And that's not what Adam Fantilli does a lot. He's a combination of the skill and power, which I think for a center, a lot of teams want. So that's the other thing, is like he can do a lot of things for your team. He has the versatility and he has the strength to make an immediate impact. He is going to the World Championships with Canada, which I think is going to be very revealing about where he is as a player in terms of his development. He was okay at the World Juniors. He finished that tournament very strongly. He got a couple of key goals late in that tournament, which was great for his confidence. And now he's going to get a chance to do it at the World Championship. So this is a player that has a lot of potential, and I don't think he's close to a finished product. And I'll be excited to see kind of the next steps he takes in his development because, again, if you do get a Bedard or a Fantilli or a Michkov, those are the types of players. Like I think that's a group unto itself with Bedard in his own stratosphere. But I think, Michkov and Fantilli are in that next group very tightly wound together. So that's where you kind of have to make those decisions.